your boy, Mr. Degenerate, back at it again for another video, and holy shit. E3. It's been a fun ride, but every ride has kind of come to an end. And recently, E3, a bunch of people has announced that E3 has been canceled. According to the news, there will be no E3 this year, so there will be no digital, or will not be any physical appearance at E3. And that has led a few people to be bummed out, a little people be bummed out. But to be honest, I gotta be real with you guys. I gotta be real honest with you fuckers. No one cares. E3 has been a dud for years. Alright. So the writing was on the wall for many years. And I think the writing of the wall first started with Nintendo. I would say Nintendo really led the charge of E3 finally decaying. And what I mean by that is that Nintendo was the first person who started doing the Nintendo Direct. Nintendo's always been the type of person, whether you like them or not, or whatever, however you feel about Nintendo, has always been the people to do whatever the fuck they want. They don't follow trends, they make trends. That's my tagline for Nintendo. They don't follow trends, they make trends. But on some serious shit, like, they've always been the type to do what they ever want. So ever since they started their little Nintendo Direct, they've always been kind of doing what they always wanted to do, which is like keep the narrative focused on them, have it be very personal, and have it be more for the fans. And that's what Nintendo has really done, and I've always have praised the Nintendo Direct. And yeah, the Nintendo Direct wasn't always great, but let's be real, Nintendo Direct has gotten way significantly better, especially now since a lot of what Nintendo Direct will do that I actually like is that, one, they'll actually have the game directors or even the CEO and the president of Nintendo, the heads at Nintendo, come out and talk with the fans a little bit and announce the games. And another thing is that they'll break it up. Like some days you'll have them have a Nintendo Direct that focus on Pokemon. You'll have a Nintendo Direct that focus on indie games. You'll have a Nintendo Direct that focus on the big first party, third party, or Japanese studio. They really have led the way of how you do a digital event. And I really loved Nintendo's idea of how they've handled directs, despite me not being a huge Nintendo fan. So I've always praised them on that. So it's no secret that PlayStation kind of took from them. And that when PlayStation kind of took from them and decided we're dropping out of E3, E3 just went downhill. A lot of the announcements, a lot of the game announcements that E3 would do recently have been lame. A lot of the energy hasn't been there since nobody has really gone in person thanks to the corona. Nobody's really gone in person to these E3s. And even when we gone in person, a lot of the shit that they announce has been like kind of lame. And I feel like, to go back to Nintendo a little bit, the only reason Nintendo has kind of stayed with Microsoft to do E3 is because I think they just want to uphold tradition. I think they were just saying, well, we kind of want to hold up tradition, but we don't really fucking need to be here, guys. Let's be fucking real. We don't need to be here, but we're here for you. We're here for the Nintendo fans. But let's be real, they don't need to be there. And when it comes on to game demos, from what I'm hearing from all the press, YouTubers who've gone to E3, you could barely even play those games. There were a lot of the games that you wanted to play were locked away for real press people. So it's like E3's never been a place really for you, and it sucks, but it is what it is. E3 to me, when I look back at E3 and I look at what E3 was, E3 to me is the wish fountain. It is the place where you make a wish and you hope that your prayers get answered. And sometimes those prayers get answered, sometimes they don't. I can name tons of special moments I've had with E3. Um, in particular, my favorite moment obviously was the PlayStation E3 of 2017 or 18, the year where they officially announced God of War. Just the way how that intro was with the music, trying to figure out what the fuck by listening to music, you're trying to figure out what type of game it is. Just the way how that whole game was demonstrated in live audience, and that's another thing. E3's been missing is that audience reaction of stuff. But yeah, just that whole thing and just bangers after bangers after bangers after bangers. E3 PlayStation just announced amazing games. Another moment that not a lot of people think about E3, but one that stuck with my head is I believe when the game director of Untangle came out and was talking about Untangle, and he was nervous the whole time, and you could tell this man was so passionate about his fucking game that he was extremely nervous. Like you could tell probably he's not used to public speaking, but he came on stage nervous as all hell, stuttering the whole time. But to see that level of passion he had for that game made me fucking almost tear up, and actually made me go buy the game and play it. And it was a really fun game. Never played Untangled 2, but that's beside the point. Just really special moments like fucking Devil. I don't even gotta tell y'all. Devil May Cry 5. Fucking that whole announcement. Jesus Christ! Just to hear that announcement and fucking have Itsuno-san come up there and basically just say like, "Yo, Devil May Cry is back, baby." Fuck, just tearing up. I've had beautiful fucking moments. Shit, you've seen on fucking go on any YouTuber and you type in like E3 E3 moments. Like people when Shenmue 3 was announced, people lost their mind. Resident Evil 2 remake, people lost their minds. That theater reaction of seeing that shit to me is something E3's been missing, and we lost that when we went full digital. And the only person that's kind of captured that is Nintendo through their digital event. And the only way they've been able to capture that is because over in New York, and in Manhattan, we have the Nintendo store. And the Nintendo store usually, before the pandemic, I don't know if they still do it now, they would have, anytime a direct would come, they would have everybody sit down and line up and have the announcement there and have people watch the announcement. And it was the funnest shit ever, just seeing Nintendo games get announced, especially when it was Smash, when fucking the Smash fucking announcements come on, and just seeing everybody's reaction was beautiful. And those are things that I just think are really beautiful that sadly, due to it being only digital, is something we're gonna miss from E3. So it is a sad thing. Like there is gonna be some loss not having E3, but you know, at the end of the day, I think this was inevitable. E3 was slowly declining. It was never all that great, besides those moments I just talked about. It was always these weird, awkward, stupid moments that has led to some funny ass meme like fucking Reggie talking about my body's ready, that infamous meme. To just really dumb fucking moments. Just really dumb fucking moments in E3. Like Ubisoft is worse at it. Like ugh. I even though a lot of people hate it, I will say I really do like when they did their Dance Dance Revolution little music moments. But then we had one moment or a few where they brought comedians to the show to just make fun of everybody and whatnot, and it's just No, it's just these stupid fucking moments, and I think at the end of the day, what people really want to see is games. And as much as those moments are really dumb, and I really enjoy the Dance Dance Revolution, not Dance Dance, um, Just Dance, um, little moments, and the moments I just talked about being like the highlight or like special moments for me, like they've never been moments where it's just like, ugh, ugh. It's like, ugh. For the most part, it's just been, ugh. It's just been moments of just pure sadness and utter, like, what the fuck are we here for? But it is what it is. To wrap this video up, because there's not much more to say. So to wrap this video up, E3 may be dead, but there's definitely different avenues to take. Every Thanks to the pandemic, more people is getting more aware of how to use the interweb, and we're coming up with ways to do direct slightly better. We still got a long way to go before I think they reach up to the level of Nintendo or even better than Nintendo. However, the simple fact that we've had uh, found ways to do directs, I think is way more viable than E3, where people's got to come in, you got to sit through a panel of shit that you don't give a fuck about, and just go through a whole big stadium and barely play the game that you want to play according to um, YouTubers who have gone to E3. Like, it is what it is. At the end of the day, E3 is officially, in my eyes, dead. And, you know, it sucks, but at the end of the day, I think it's time to bury the hatchet. It's time to time to send the puppy to the shed and fucking blow its head off, because it's just time, man. It's just time. It's been walking on fucking, that shit needs to be put down. All right, this shit needs to be put down. That shit been walking on fucking two legs for the rest of his life. Just put it down. But I want to hear from you. What's your favorite E3 moment? If you have a favorite E3 moment, let me know in the comment section down below. If you like the video, please comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun shit. Until next time, take it easy. See ya.